feel like I have no escape here. No, okay, but what I mean is like, I wasn't like actually the bully. I was like a person like supporting my friend who was ostracizing somebody from the group.
So like someone on the sidelines,
Yeah.
or were you actively doing it?
Welcome to React, where we unpack Reddit stories from youth for youth. We are your hosts, I'm Delvyn.
And I'm Sofia.
And in today's episode, we'll be talking about the reality of bullying and how we can actually deal with it.
Before we start, we would sincerely appreciate it if you could support us by hitting the subscribe button and notification bell. Your affirmation will go a long way in helping us produce more discussions like these for our community.
Alright, Sophia, so for our story today, we have OP who takes issue with the stereotypical view of bullies as people who may be insecure, jealous, or even miserable. So, OP thinks that bullies may not necessarily be unhappy with their own lives. They are just people who lack empathy. For example, when a rich kid bullies someone who is not well off, or when an athletic kid makes fun of a fat nerd, damn, that's harsh, they are not motivated by insecurity or jealousy. So, the bullies have been conditioned by their upbringing to view these targets as inferior, lesser beings who are easy targets, who are easily to pick on. So the irony that the OP thinks is that bullies probably spend a lot less time thinking about their victims than the other way around. So in conclusion, OP feels that bullies are a-holes whose motivations for behaving badly go beyond what was mentioned above.
I mean, I completely agree with OP over here though. Like, I think this is like something not brought up. Like, I think it's something that we think of in our minds, but we don't voice out much. Like, in reality, there's more than one reason to it, right?
I mean, I definitely agree with you. I think it's like multi-dimensional, if you get what I mean. There is many reasons that they bully, or there are many
psychology.
Things like that. And I think like it's important to like define what bullying is actually. So like by definition, a bully is a person who habitually seeks to intimidate those whom they perceive as vulnerable. So essentially, bullying is when somebody is picked on, and there are like a lot of types to it. So just off the top of my head, there are like verbal bullying, cyberbullying, and there's also relational aggressions, which I feel like that's kind of interesting. So by definition, relational aggression is a form of social manipulation where teens try to hurt their peers or sabotage their social standing. So that
sounds very relevant actually.
I feel like this is the most relevant and the most timely type of bullying, if I'm right. Because like things like ostracizing somebody from the group or even spreading rumors, these are things that are like currently happening amongst youth or even Gen Z.
I mean, even until now.
Right, So, as we do in every episode, Sophia, do you have any experiences?
I thankfully don't have with like this particular topic. But for you?
Not specifically, like not directly I've been bullied.
He has experiences with the other side as the oppressor. So
I feel like I have no escape here. No, okay, but what I mean is like, I wasn't like actually the bully. I was like a person like supporting my friend who was ostracizing somebody from the group.
So like someone on the sidelines, or were you actively doing it?
No, I think I was just like, I have to fit in with this group of people.
Then that's a different case.
I think it's just peer pressure.
We talked about
for my
this
case.
like I think last week.
Like a few weeks back.
For the previous episodes about like being in a group and like the group mentality.
Peer pressure and all that.
You were in it. Maybe it's not.
That was very accusatory. Like, oh my god, chill. Okay, but actually coming back to OP's point, why do you think bullies actually bully people?
One reason could be like, obviously, the very obvious one is like the insecurity. Right?
Most definitely.
And that's like stemming from a place of inferiority, you know, like and just envious of what this other person is having, what they're living like.
I think for me, like in my personal case, like what I had experience with was like the relational popular bullies. If you get what I mean, the bullies who have a sense of entitlement.
Ooh, right.
Right, yeah. So that again, it falls back on like thriving on the feeling of having control, you know.
I feel like this type of bullies like is probably the most hardest to like bring down their mindset to like like reflect on
Right.
themselves. You know, like driving back to OP's point about how it's just cause they're entitled. I feel like this type of bullies, this category, like popular bullies, are mostly the kind like this lah.
Yeah, because I agree with you, because it stems from something that is not like,
it's not always insecurity,
Right,
because they
it's-
might have everything, you know. Like
it's embedded in them.
Yeah.
Like, for example,
I find that so embarrassing though. Like
I do agree with you to a point, like, but at the same time, like, there's also the other side to it. Yeah.
So
So-
what's your other side?
What's my other side? That's a really good question.
I think another side could be like the bully victims.
Right.
So a bit similar to the insecurity types of not victims, bullies.
They bully
They've been
because they've
bullied
been bullied.
Yeah, right.
How do you think we can deal with bullies in a more
Deal with them.
practical way?
Okay, I think firstly, distance yourself from the root cause, which is like, it sounds obviously way more easier than done, right? But, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard hitting question. Like, for me personally, right, like, as hard to say and as cliche as this sounds, I think the best option would be to hold the anger.
Hold the anger.
Withhold whatever distress or anger you're feeling, because honestly, bullies bully because they thrive off getting reactions.
Okay, that's true.
Right.
Okay,
So,
this only like, okay, actually it does apply to most cases.
right, because like
Yes.
if you react and reply to them bullying you, right, it only gets them to feel like they're
At the
powerful.
same time, there are like physical forms of bullying.
Right, that's
That
another
kind
case.
Is another
Yeah.
case is like the most violent, worst case scenario lah of bullying, and in that case, I guess there's no other way but to tell like someone
Call an
trusted,
adult, call
you
911,
know. Call
get
911,
help,
get
yes.
help. Like yeah, your most obvious, most serious cases lah. Have you ever been bullied or met a past victim of bullying? If so, how did you or they deal with the bullies? Let us know in the comments down below.
And then how then do you think we can not get over, because I don't think you ever get over trauma, but how do you deal with trauma?
I get what I mean. Like heal.
Yeah, heal.
Like no matter how severe, just find professional support, like your helplines, which like if it does not work for you, then maybe go for like therapy and stuff like that.
And I think for like those people who, because there are people out there who can't afford that therapy, I think the best way to do it would be to write it down, journal about it. Maybe expressing your emotions or letting it out in another way or form would allow you to sort of deep what you're going through,
Like,
to sort of understand the feelings you're going through and allow yourself to heal.
To internalize, but at the same time, like to internalize, but to like make
To make sense of the situation.
sense. Yeah, you
I
know?
feel like the worst possible thing to do would be to isolate yourself.
Yes, that's
Because
true.
then it would just be you and your anger in a bubble.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So there are many different avenues. Find one that suits you and that helps you. Yeah. Most importantly, helps you.
That's all for today's discussion.
If you like what you've watched and wish to see more of such content, do let us know by hitting the like and subscribe buttons down below. Be sure to catch us again next time on the Redefined channel. Bye!